Reginald Samples meets Willie Gaston in the first ever matchup of African-American head coaches on a state championship stage.
Yeah, it's remarkable, right? We've been playing Texas high school football for 100 years. We've been crowned champions. This is the first time we've ever had two black coaches coaching in a state championship game.
I think it's pretty cool, you know, if you think about how long they've been playing state championship games and the history of all that.
The second meeting of African-American head coaches on the state championship stage, both in Class 6A. I mean, so much history at stake.
I think it had a huge impact. Just being a part of that was very special.
It's a wonderful feeling, but more importantly, it's history being made.
It's huge to look up and you look across the sideline at 6A and there's 4 African-American coaches that are coaching in that game, first time ever in history.
That historic state championship Saturday showcased how much has changed in Texas's top classification over a short period of time. In 2018, less than 18% of head coaches in Class 6A were black. 6 years later, that number has risen to more than 28%.
I think it's just, you know, a point in time where we're ready as a society to give people chances, no matter where they come from, no matter what they look like. You know, we all have a story to tell, and when we tell our story, for a lot of us, it can be powerful.
We're getting more to where we need to be as an educational system and as a, you know, in the athletics world, as I'm going to hire the best person for the job. I'm not worried about skin color. I'm not worried about what the outside perception will be. I'm worried about who's the best man for this job right now. I don't think one side or the other demographically should ever dominate a profession.
Duncanville's Reginald Samples, DeSoto's Claude Mathis, and South Oak Cliff's Jason Todd, all of whom have won back-to-back titles within the last 3 years, have proven they can build consistent state championship contenders. And administrators in the biggest districts around the state are taking notice. This offseason, 37 programs in Class 6A were looking for new leaders. 18 of them hired African Americans. It's a welcome sign for head coaches hoping to inspire those on their own staff and others around the state looking for an opportunity of their own.
I see coaches come up to me all the time, and they want to pick my mind and pick my brain. They want to be where I'm at, and I want them there. So I'm trying to help them out because there's not enough of us. There's really not.
It's really one of the reasons that I'm still around, because of that and the fact that I see young coaches who look up and say that some of the things that I do, they admire. It's everything to me, and it really just makes me work harder, and it gives me the motivation to keep going.
Yeah, I take great pride because I want them to have the opportunity to fulfill whatever their dreams are. You know, whether that's going to be a college coach, whether that's to be a high school coach, you know, no matter what it is, I want them to have the opportunity. So, you know, any one of those guys, I would vouch for them because, you know, anybody on my staff, that means I believe in them and I know that they can do a great job wherever they go. And as long as you get the opportunity, you know, you can't complain about what comes after that. You know, at the end of the day, you got the opportunity, you got to make the most of it. And that may not be a state championship, but it's a lot of good things that you can do besides just winning the state championship that kind of puts the next man in a good position.
Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. All of it. Yes, sir. All of it. Yes, sir. All of it.
Despite the increase in opportunities, black coaches know they'll face stigmas that have lingered for decades. While some shrug off the stereotypes, others use them as motivation to continue their reign at the top of the state.
I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing. A lot of people think that all we do is roll the balls out because we have a lot of great athletes in the southern sector area.
You know, all good teams win state championships have a lot of talent on, no matter what the ethnicity of the kids are.
It's so much harder coaching great athletes. And people think, why is that? You know, I tell myself, when you have a lesser athlete, he's going to hang on every word that his coach says because he knows that's what it takes to be successful. But when you have a kid that's been athletic his whole life, has been able to rely on his physical ability to get the job done, now you have to make that kid be disciplined. That's a much tougher job, in my opinion.
You still fight that stereotype. We do, because we still got to be disciplined. They say we're not. We're smart, but we win because we're athletic. We don't coach, we just roll out a ball. So you know I take that to heart, and you know I prove everything possible to make sure they understand we have great kids. We have great coaches, we're smart, we're disciplined, but we can play also.
Although hoisting the trophy in Arlington remains the goal every season, the coaches who have done it in recent years hope to ultimately erase the dividing lines drawn by race while continuing to open doors for the next generation.
We just want to be labeled as good football coaches, and I just don't want to be labeled with those two guys at the end of the day. I want my name to be with the Buchanans, the Dodgers, and people like that also, and I'll just be labeled as a good football coach.
To me, if you're a great coach, it doesn't matter what race. You're a great coach. And I'm just hoping that, that we are able to get chances like everybody else, and that's why me, Sam, and Todd got to continue to try to win and try to open doors for other coaches, and I think that's happening right now.